So people ask me all the time when I travel or I go anywhere why college and secondary education in the United States is so expensive. People don't really understand why that is because we divert resources in our country from things that matter to things that famous American presidents warned us about. For example, George Washington warned us. He was the first president of the United States. Probably a lot of people don't know that anymore. But George Washington warned us about unnecessary military entanglements, unnecessary foreign military entanglements. What he's saying is stay the fuck out of unnecessary wars. Stay out of wars because wars are costly, not only financially, but morally. They degrade people morally, they're destructive psychologically, but they also sap the wealth of a country. Today, the United States has 1,000 military bases, 13 aircraft carriers, spends more money on defense than probably the rest of the world combined. Um, we need an army, but we also have to have an army that we can afford and have to stay out of unnecessary wars. If the United States was smart, like Switzerland, for example, being a neutral country, staying out of conflict, and benefiting from conflict by selling supplies and arms to whoever needs it, but staying out of physical conflict. We would have much lower costs for education. We could probably pay for everybody in the United States to go to college for free. We could probably have arts programs in schools and science programs that matter and have great vocational schools. And we wouldn't have kids coming out of school with $300,000 in debt. Again, George Washington warned us about unnecessary foreign military entanglements. Wars sometimes are necessary. You need an army, but you have to have an army that you can afford as a country. You can't have a fucking army with 1,000 military bases and an aircraft carrier, for example, that costs $1 billion an hour to run, or some obscene sum to run. We are being bankrupted today by not having listened to George Washington. Our military industrial complex is bankrupting us. And it's the reason why educational costs in this country are so high.